Hi there. In this video, I'll explain about the braces expansion in Bash shell. Braces expansion has been a very interesting feature that is supported not only in Bash shell but also many shells similar to Bash, like say Z shell, for example, or friendly interactive shell called Fish. So all of these support this feature. So what exactly is it? I'm sure you know about variable expansion in Bash or Bourne shells generally. You've also heard about command substitution, wildcard expansion, and so on. All of these are different kinds of special syntaxes understood by shell where it'll expand to something else, right? So if all, I want to show you how brace expansion can be used. The syntax for it is here. Normally when you say echo hello world, you just see it prints hello world here. If I say echo 1.10, you can see what it does. This prints 1.10. But now if I just say echo open curly brace 1.10, this double dot operator expands to a range. This is a kind of one of the syntax of braces expansion that you see here. So how do I use it? Well, this brace expansion actually uses something called range. Well, let us say that I want to create 100 folders, 100 different folders, and the folders will have suffix like 001, 002, 003, and till 100, let's say. So if you want to do that, it's much easier. You can just simply say mkdir, and I can just say test folder hyphen, right? Curly braces 001 dot 100. Done. If I now say ls, wow, we have 100 folders starting with test folder hyphen 001, test folder hyphen 002. You can see the convenience of creating them right here. I can also remove them by just doing a rmdir test folder hyphen 001 dot 100. Assuming the folders are empty, they all vanish. Now you can also use this brace expansion with comma separation. For example, I can actually say mkdir test folder. I can just say hyphen a hyphen b comma a comma b comma c, or it can be maybe 1 comma 2 comma 3 like this. Basically it will expand it to 3 different forms, which means you'll have 3 folders created: test folder hyphen 1, test folder hyphen 2, test folder hyphen 3. Basically what it does is, if I just say echo test folder hyphen 1 comma 2 comma 3, you can see what it does. So when you have comma separated words in here, they're expanded as individual elements: test folder hyphen 1, test folder hyphen 2, test folder hyphen 3. But if you all you want, you can use range by just telling test folder hyphen, if I just say 01 dot 09, you can see that it actually creates a listing this way. So you can use this kind of substitution in various places. And one of the very common use case for brace expansion is for things like copying and moving files when the most part of the folders are similar. Let's consider this. Maybe if at all I want to, let's say, copy Linux file types .md. I want to copy this file, Linux file types.md, which I used in one of my previous trainings, this simple file. I want to copy this as Linux file types.txt. So what I normally do is that you'll actually say Linux underscore file types, right? File types.txt. Instead of redundantly typing this, you can actually use Linux file types dot open curly brace md comma txt. I'm going to show you how the copy command will get executed. The best way to figure out how a shell command gets executed after expansions are applied, you type the command but don't run it. Before you run this command, just go to the beginning and then prefix echo. So the copy command will get executed as cp this file and this file. Very useful, right? So if I run this program now, if I go back and delete this word and execute it, you could see that the file got copied. Many times you have a long path, right? You have a long path, and in the path you want to change some part of that path to something else. Like for example, there's a cp / user local src / linux hyphen stable / maybe a make file. I want to copy this make file to maybe user local backup / linux hyphen stable /makefile. It's so redundant here. You can see all of these contents are almost similar. The only thing that changes is the src to backup. So instead of typing a long code like this, long command like this, you could as well say cp/user local src. Just say src, backup /linux-stable/makefile. I want to show you how this command will get executed if run. This command won't work because I don't have permissions to copy the files in those folders, but I'm just showing you if I execute this command as, let's say, root user, how the command will be executed by this technique. You can see this. The src is changed to backup, just like how would I have to do that manually. So in fact, this is a very useful feature that most people would look for when you use braces expansion. But remember, many people think that braces expansion only used for this source and destination, but you can actually, I don't know if it makes sense for cp command, but it'll expand it that way. You can say backup test, for example. You can see this, right? A cp command will throw an error because when you pass 3 arguments, it expects the last parameter must be a folder, so it won't work in this case. But you can have comma separated items anywhere and it'll do a string substitution accordingly to expand. And the last thing I want to tell you is that if you want to write a for loop using bash, which has a counting iteration, then one of the ways you can do that is you can say for I in 1.10, for example, and I can just say do. I'm using Z shell here, by the way, not using bash, but you can see all the features work actually in Z shell. Why I know it's Z shell is because when I type for, you can see it shows up the secondary prompt string as for like this. That's the syntax that Z shell provides. I can say do, I say echo counting $I and say done. Oh, I forgot to close the quotes. Sorry. Yeah. Big mistake. All right. Done. That done is actually printed as a part of it. So maybe if I want to repeat this time, I'll remove this and edit it correctly. Yeah, you can see this. So I can actually do a counting iteration simply by using for I or a variable in. You can specify the range. Some of you might ask, can you have a step value in this? I don't think so. We can just try it out. I can say 1.10.2. Let's try this. Yeah, it works. Okay, it works. I need to verify whether this works in bash. Let me try to do it in bash. So say echo 1.10.2. Yeah, it also works in bash. I used to remember in very old shells it was not working. I think this got added in the later years. So yes, you can actually also add a step file. You can say start, stop, and step. You can add them this way. And yes, does it work only with numbers? Can I not use ranges with strings? Yeah, it works. You can actually say echo a.z. I can also use a.z like this. This will give you the complete permutations of it, AA to ZZ. Right? If it makes sense to create folders or files with all these combinations, you could use this technique. Right? You can use this technique. That's it for now. So this is a short video, but I told you how to use brace expansion. If you find this video useful, please do comment. If you have any further queries, also please do get in touch with me via comments. Thank you very much. Hope to meet you in future videos. Thank you.